Welcome back to Focus on 5 live at Zehnder Snowfest. We are celebrating the 34th annual Zehnder Snowfest, and joining me now is the Vice President of Marketing and Sales, John Shelton. Hey there, John.
Hi, how are you? Welcome to Snowfest.
It's always so nice to see you.
Nice seeing you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, well, I was saying earlier how excited I am about being here, and I'm sure everyone else around in the community, the people that have traveled near and far, are excited too. But for those who don't know, tell them how all of this started.
Well, 33 years ago, we decided to have an event. We were actually, no, seriously, we were looking at ways to try to change the business cycle. I had just started the company, and I was thinking about how do we generate revenue, and the paradigm had always been, well, it's the winter time, we really got to cut our expenses.
Right.
And we were approached by a gentleman named Pete Rumsey, who was an art teacher in Saginaw School District, and Bill Doring, who had just opened a business in town, and they used to do this event on Ojibwe Island.
Oh, okay.
And actually be out by Apple Mountain, and we had kind of sponsored it, from my understanding, but really had no connection to it. And it was very nice, but people just kind of drove around, and no one really kind of interacted with the artists. So they were looking something like, well, we need to kind of, how do we build this up? And they had been doing snow sculpting all over the world. So they thought, well, let's try Franken, because he had just opened a business. Plus, we were used to having festivals. We were used to having crowds. So they approached us, and they basically said, we need X, Y, and Z dollars. Okay. And we would bring 90,000 people, and we'll find the artist for you.
Wow.
And we were hoping to have 5,000 people. And we ended up having about 90,000 people the first year. We had 9 ice carvings, and that was John Zehnder, our food and beverage director, and he was heavily involved with American Culinary Federation. So he just got some of his chef buddies. Hey, make some ice carving. We put them out on the porch with the grass out there then.
Right.
And, you know, your swans, your eagles, your birds type of thing. And we had, I think, 8, 10 snow blocks. It took us 2 weeks to set them up.
Wow.
We had no idea what we were doing.
Wow.
And lo and behold, 90,000 people showed up. We were so understaffed. And it was funny. It was a good beat up. We got beat up. I'm just being honest. We got beat up. But I remember walking around, and my sons were like 2 and 3 years old, and they were complaining. They were cold. All you really were looking at snow and ice. There was nothing else going on. And just for some reason I go, you know, I'm probably not the only parent having some kid like whining at me about, I want to go, I'm cold. So I just knew right then and there, if we could entertain kids, we would have something special. So that's when you start seeing the fireworks,
the more families,
the warming tent. So the next year we put a warming tent in the parking lot.
Oh, awesome.
But we didn't heat it. We just thought that the tent would work. It was freezing out there. So okay, that doesn't work. We got to heat it. And so we just kind of learned over the years. We got more efficient. So as I said earlier, it took us 2 weeks to set up 8, 9 snow blocks. We set up 65 snow blocks in 4 days. We'll have about 130 ice carvings throughout town.
Yeah, and now you really still have thousands of people coming out. That's very exciting.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, considering, you know, you were doing it, not even realizing what you were getting into. So it's amazing for you to see, you know, all of this happening now.
I've been very fortunate. I've been here since day one. And it was myself, Linda Kelly, Scott Watkins at the time was our golf course superintendent, and John Zehnder. So it was kind of like, we joke, we became the Mount Rushmore of Zehnder Snowfest. But I'm still here, and it's been very, very rewarding. And I always tell people that, you know, it really started out for our company as a business opportunity we felt, and a business decision, and we think it's over the last 33, 34 years, it's evolved into more of a community event, and we have a lot of people, a lot of businesses, a lot of residents who really embrace it and want to support it.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. Well, John, thank you so much for sharing that story with us. You know, congratulations on celebrating 34 years.
Thank you very much.